Hi and welcome to my channel. So we're going to talk about a very hypothetical situation, but actually so many people in the UK are currently in this situation. I mean, thousands of families. So if you come to the UK and you have a visa, let's say for example, you have a 1-year work visa, and then at the end of the 1 year, you're not able to renew it and the visa is expiring, what should you do? Should you remain in the UK or should you leave the country? Also, another scenario that thousands of people are currently facing is that you come to the UK on visa sponsorship, your employer's license is revoked. What should you do in that situation? Should you stay in the UK or should you leave? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. But most importantly, how to first of all avoid all of this in the first place. But if you find that it happens to you, what should you do? So if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber as usual, I appreciate your time. I hope that you're finding these videos helpful, but most importantly, that you're using this information to make more informed choices about your decisions, either to move to the UK or to remain in this amazing, beautiful country. So if you haven't joined this family, by the way, take this opportunity to hit the subscribe button below so that you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. I dedicate my time to ensuring that whatever is the case, I'm dropping a video on here for you at 10 a.m. prompt so that you're the first person to be notified about the best opportunities that the UK has to offer. Let me tell you, currently, there are thousands of families in the UK that have received so-called deportation letters. So what happens is that if you come to the UK and you use a company that is not legit, if the Home Office finds out, any wrongdoing, they revoke the license, which means they cancel their license to recruit overseas workers. Consequently, they send every single person that they have sponsored a letter saying, we have revoked your employer's license, and so you have 60 days to either leave the UK or to find another employer and then switch your visa within the 60 days. Some people just find themselves in a situation where they're not able to renew their visa because they have not got a job or whatever the case, and then they're also in a similar situation. So what should you do? Obviously, I'm not an immigration lawyer, and please do not take this as legal advice. If you need a lawyer, then get a lawyer. So this is all just for information purposes, for education purposes, and just information that is readily available on the UK government website. And so this is more about just sharing info with you. That's what it's about. And if you're not aware, by the way, I do have a free newsletter. I've dropped the link in the comment section below where I share info such as this directly to your amazing inbox. I also share information about free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK or switch your visa if you're already in this amazing country, opportunities for you to progress in your career, which is something that I am utterly, truly passionate about, career progression, because for me, being in the UK in itself is not an achievement, it's not success. It's what you do with yourself in this country that ultimately makes the difference. Are you making the most of the best opportunities? Let me tell you, we are in this country to earn more money, work less, and retire early. We don't come to the UK to suffer, to be worse off than we were back home. But the reason that you're here is to find those opportunities to make sure that you're maximizing them to your full potential. So I share that info. If you join, it's completely free. You drop your name and email, it won't take 20 seconds, and you're part of the newsletter. You're also going to find my contact details on there, by the way, on the newsletter in the comment section. If you are watching this and you're thinking, Melvis, I need to get I need to contact you, I need help with career progression in the UK, transitioning into nursing, working for the NHS. I'm currently in domiciliary care. I'm starting work at 6 a.m., finishing at 11 p.m. They only pay me for 3 hours. I cannot carry on. Or you're planning to move, to get your dependents to the UK and you want to transition to a job that is going to enable you to do that, such as working for the NHS, then I can support you with all of those processes as well. So contact me. You've got my WhatsApp number as well as my email address, and then we can see how you can better be supported successfully through that journey. And so I have seen somebody just recently actually that the person came to the UK, she actually paid £15,000 to an agent to come to the UK. She got visa sponsorship, got to the UK, 3 months, she wasn't working. Eventually, the license got revoked for the company. She got the letter saying you've got 60 days to leave or to switch to another company. She wasn't able to get another sponsor within the 60 days. And so She ended up leaving the UK, but she left after the 60 days. So she left voluntarily, she paid her flight and left the UK, but she left after the 60 days that she should have originally left. So when she got out of the UK, she kept applying for jobs. She got visa sponsorship and then went to apply for the visa, and her visa was not given. So the visa was refused on the basis that she has broken immigration rules in the UK, which means that she overstayed her welcome in this country. So these things are very serious. The UK is one of the most serious countries, strictest countries when it comes to immigration and visa rules. So when you watch a YouTube video like this, if it hasn't happened to you, you don't understand the level of anxiety, you don't understand the level of worry that this causes. And I empathize that there are currently thousands of people in this position. I know that you may be watching this and you're in a similar position, but I will say that if I can only tell you, by the way, what I would do in this situation, I'm not in the position to tell you what to do, because I'm sure that as an adult, you've assessed every circumstance, depending on obviously your personal circumstances, depending on where you're coming from, what your journey is, what your story is. I mean, we can never generalize because we're all from different backgrounds. And different experiences. Some people have sold everything to come to this country and they barely have anything to go back to. And some people would probably be better off back home, than they are in the UK. So it's for each person to know what their situation is. By the way, what is your situation at the moment? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Are you currently in the UK? Are you planning to come to the UK? Have you got any issues, any concerns, any questions regarding any of this, by the way? Do leave that in the comment section below. Also share this video, by the way, with your friends, loved ones, colleagues, so that they're aware of some of these. It's just advice, like I said, it's just opinions. We're like two friends here sharing our ideas and opinions. That's what this is about. It's not legal advice. I'm not an immigration lawyer. Obviously, I'm not in the position to advise on immigration issues. Very important, the fact that you're not taking such important decisions from YouTube videos from random people that have no legal experience or advice. Please make sure that you get an immigration lawyer if need be. So what would I as Melvis do in this position? Look, apart from the fact that there are ways that you can avoid this by applying for jobs a legit way, because legit employers, I mean, they're following all the rules. You're not going to find yourself in this position. Going for NHS jobs, because there's, the permanent jobs, they are more secure. Again, the NHS respects immigration laws and rules. So if you work for the NHS, there's no way they're going to come and say your license is revoked and you're supposed to be leaving the UK or things like that. I mean, as long as you're doing things the right way, you're learning your job, you're following your policies, you're asking when you need to ask, you'll not be in that issue, in that challenging position. So if I was in this position, I would leave the UK if I don't get a job within the 60 days. So I would not, whatever the situation, I would not overstay in the UK, because once you've overstayed, it takes you to very complex immigration issues, which means that the best and the safest option, if you get that letter and you're not able to get a job within 60 days, the best thing is to leave the UK before the 60 days actually run out. So that is voluntary. You voluntarily pay your flight and leave the UK. Once I leave, I mean, if I was in that position, then I'll be applying for jobs the legit way. I'll be patient, because that's when you see the highest level of patience, to make sure that you don't fall victim to the same circumstances. So I would then apply for jobs the normal way, the legit way, and then apply for your visa and come to the UK. On your visa application, they're going to ask you if anything has happened. I mean, needless to tell you that you absolutely must include all of this on there. You need to, if the Home Office sends you any letter, it is absolutely crucial that you keep that letter. And in fact, I would actually photocopy the letter and include it with my new visa application once I've left the UK within the 60 days and I've actually then had a new job and I'm applying for another visa. I would photocopy that letter and include it within the application. It's about transparency. It's about honesty. It's about putting the information forward exactly as it is, so that the person that is making the decision about your visa, they've got all the facts and details. There's no ambiguity. They're not contacting you saying your application is complex because they found out that there are things that you've not disclosed, because that makes a bad situation a lot worse. So I would leave the UK and then go apply for jobs and then return to the UK. So again, I know that this can be hard, by the way. But it is what it is. There are thousands of people in this position, and look, in the next few months, more people are going to find themselves in this situation, because there are thousands of people now in the UK that have come through employers that don't have any hours for them, or they don't have enough hours, which is a legal requirement by the on visa sponsorship, and these people are still in the UK. The Home Office is cracking down more and more. More licenses are being cancelled, revoked, and so more people will be affected in the next few months, especially regarding the new laws also being implemented, that if you are not registered with the CQC, you will not be able to recruit overseas workers anymore, which is something that is currently ongoing, because many of these companies that are bringing overseas workers are not actually CQC registered. So we can expect that more people will be in this position in the next few months, which is a shame. But that's why I'm doing this video, so that if you find yourself in that very unfortunate situation, you know exactly what to do and you're not taking risks. But the best thing is that if you're watching this video right now and you know that you've not come to the UK in a legit way, in a legal way, which I don't need to get into the nitty-gritty, but you know how you got to this country. Also, if you know that you're not getting enough hours, even if you came the right way, you applied for jobs, you did an interview, you were innocent about the whole process, and then you come here and find that you don't have enough hours, you also need to make sure that as a matter of urgency, you're looking to switch to a legit employer where you can secure your stay and know that you're in the UK, so that when you're going to bed, you know that you're going to wake up the next day, take your kids to school, come back and still be in this country. There's nothing worse than the worry that comes with not knowing whether you're going to be here the next day or not. Very stressful. So again, we'll go through this during our live session on Thursday to make sure we get into the details. What do you do? How can you avoid this? The legit companies, how do you apply, the interview, your CV, so that you make sure that you're not putting yourself in a very difficult situation. The NHS as well. You know, I love the NHS. I've worked for the NHS myself for the last 12 years, and it's because of these reasons, you know, job security. So again, what is your situation at the moment? This is a very emotional topic, very difficult. You know, if you're currently going through this position, just take heart, you know, make sure that the best thing is to leave. If you're not able to get a job within the 60 days, don't stay, because that's going to make a bad situation worse for later on. And then, yeah. So if you need to contact me, like I said, check the comment section below. You're going to see my contact details. If you haven't joined this family, are you for real? Hit the subscribe button so that you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here at 10 a.m. prompt UK time. If you need that one-to-one tailored individualized support, then again, contact me. Check out my coaching program in the description box and join so you can get support. Check this video right here.